During his State of the Union 2 weeks ago tonight, President Biden announced a new federal task force dedicated to seizing the assets of Russian oligarchs. They're the former KGB spies, businessmen and women, and members of the Russian defense industry closest to Vladimir Putin. Now the Justice Department's best follow-the-money guy is on the case. NBC Investigations correspondent Tom Winter has this exclusive new interview with the veteran prosecutor.
We're looking to disrupt networks. We're looking to disrupt the comfort that the oligarchs and these sanctioned people enjoy. Real estate, yes. Bank accounts, yes. Artwork, the fruits of a luxurious life that is ill-gained, all of that's on the table.
Andrew Adams, the man hunting the oligarchs' money, tapped by the Justice Department to run Operation KleptoCapture.
The reason for coming to work is to chase the money and then to chase the crime underneath the money.
The oligarchs are Vladimir Putin's inner circle. Known for their yachts, villas, and sports teams, some could now see those perks seized if federal prosecutors think they've committed a crime. Are there any specific places that you can pinpoint that you would say would be areas that you're going to focus on geographically?
We're talking about luxury buildings, luxury real estate. That maps on to geography in a pretty tight way.
Places that rhyme with Miami, New York, maybe Chicago, Los Angeles, that type of thing?
That sounds right.
How is it that you can go after somebody's personal or private property?
You cannot just walk up and grab somebody's yacht. You have to walk through the facts that link the property to a crime. You have to be able to describe not only what crime was committed with a degree of probable cause, but you have to trace the property to the commission of the crime.
And it's not just the oligarchs who are in Adams' sights, it's the people who move the illicit money for them.
What the task force is also designed to do is to look at facilitators, to look at third parties who assist either knowingly or by turning a blind eye to moving dirty funds. So we call them facilitators. You can say aiders and abettors.
He says his team is armed with tools to go after ill-gotten gains and laundered money.
The subpoena power with our investigations is critical. It allows us to ask for records and to review financial transactions in a really powerful way.
Adams knows he's got a lot to sift through.
We may be talking about tens of millions of documents. We may be talking about thousands of bankers' boxes of documents.
What do you hope the overall impact of your work is when this is done?
One goal of this task force is to indicate that there will also be enforcement of those sanctions, that there will not be an escape hatch around the sanctions through money launderers and opaque financial networks.
We are so grateful to our friend and colleague, Tom Winter, for bringing that interview here. Tom joins me live up late. You think he's going to be able to do it?
I absolutely think so. I think he's super sharp, and this team is the best that there is at it if they're going to get him, and they're going to follow the money here. This is the group that's going to be able to do it.
But how?
By reputation, by the cases that they've made, by how I think they're going to look through, and he talked about it. I mean, you're talking about cases that have 10 million pages of documents, but they understand this. And the key thing that he keyed on, and I think telegraphed a little bit in our interview with him, is this idea of there are networks. There have been groups of individuals, there have been hedge funds, there have been attorneys that have kind of put together a 1-800 money launderer I asked him about. And these groups are there, and they're available to do this. And I think they're going to go after some of those folks who should probably be pretty sweaty and pretty nervous that this task force was formed. And if they go after them, they'll find out where the money came in from and where it went out to. That's what's going to be
interesting. Okay, but let's be clear, Tom. None of these guys are putting all their money in a Chase Bank account. They're not buying townhouses in New York under their own names.
Right, 100%. Yeah, look, these are very complex arrangements that they put together, and they prepared for the flood before the rain. They knew that this day was coming. They have their LLCs in place. They have their accounts in place. They have their foreign banks in place. So I think it's going to be a lot of work for this team to go through. But I think they've been tracking this stuff for a while. I think they understand it. And so I think they're going to be able to put some points on the board before it's too late.
How much pressure is on the banks to cooperate with them?
The banks have a choice here. And Adam said it very clearly.
Or do they have a choice?
Well, they do. Adam said it very clearly. Look, he's not in the business of putting banks out of business. he is in the business of going to them and saying, if you have compliance departments, if you are doing the right
Let's
thing
hope they do.
by the Bank Secrecy Act, by the Know Your Customer, if you're paying attention to your correspondent banks, your banks in Austria, Latvia, Sweden, I didn't pull those names out of a hat. People that are watching that know this know why I chose those countries. If you're paying attention to those banks that you do business with, if you're actually paying attention to your transactions and your customer, you're going to be okay. You're probably going to be cooperative with us. But the days, and I asked him, I said, the hear no evil, see no evil days, are they over? He said they are over. So if you're going to sit there and be a part of this and just watch the transactions come in and out and not do your job, you're potentially on the hook here too.
If you're a bank that doesn't have a compliance department, you pretty much have a really big problem straight out of the gate. Tom Winter,
right.
thank you so much for bringing us. Really, really great interview.
Sure
I appreciate it.